how are you doing? I hope you guys are doing well. So, welcome to our YouTube channel Equity Thoughts. Guys, there is this friend of mine who grew up very shy and independent. Despite of having friends, he never used to rely on anyone for his task. Once, he met this girl in his college. They became good friends and they started talking. Little by little, the girl started supporting his back emotionally. She used to advise him to go to gym, to listen to her favorite music, to focus on his career. They both were in habit of talking with each other daily. The boy started depending upon the girl for his own decisions now. It went like that for few months, but then one day the girl decided to leave, reason being she found out another good friend. The moment she left, my friend felt scattered. He was not even ready to talk to anyone. It went like that for 10 days. Then one day we were having conversation and I asked him why he is feeling this much pain. Then he realized it was the attachment and habit of talking to that person. For reason being he stopped going to gym because it was reminding him of her. It really took a lot of effort from his side to come out of that zone of attachment. But one important thing is that suffering was really worth. Why? Because he found out that habit plays an important role when it comes to attachment. This attachment can be with living creatures like humans and animals to that of non-living creatures or things like we have since our childhood or the things which may given by our special ones. Attachment basically is an emotional bond or tie to somebody or something. Now, let's see what are the types of attachment, and the importance of understanding this is to help us in terms of our relationship with others. So, guys, there are basically four types of attachment. Based on that, we get to know what kind of attachment we have with the other person and what kind of person we are that we get attached with others. So, very first type is secure kind of attachment. So, if we have this kind of bond or attachment with someone, we will feel comfortable going to that person. We will be honest and open. Whatever we will gonna speak our heart to that person, we won't hesitate to share whatever the thing is, whether it's good or bad. We will gonna share with the other person. We as time goes on, this relationship gets more stronger, and if the person is sharing this secure type of attachment, then the person tend to have really good relationships with others, with family members, in terms of friendship and likewise. Second type is that anxious preoccupied type of attachment. Often they get attracted with the person whom they feel that they're gonna help. And let's say that this is the friend of mine, she is helping me out, so I tend to get attached with her. Why? Because she is helping me out, and by human nature we get attached to that person. When second thing in this anxious preoccupied attachment is that we tend to be demanding and we are having insecurities. Second thing is that we are having low self-esteem. The reason being is that we tend to depend on the other person for help. So that is the only reason we people are having low self-esteem when we share this anxious preoccupied type of attachment bond. Third is that dismissive avoidant. Now this is very important. When we have seen people, right, who are self-sufficient, who don't require anyone. So basically in this kind of attachment, the person is emotionally distant from others. They are having really high self-esteem. Why? Because they are not depending upon anyone. They avoid true intimacy. They push themselves away from being vulnerable with their partners. Why? Because they think that if I'll be depending on this person, they will make them weak, they will make them vulnerable. That is the only reason their self-esteem has been high. If anytime their partner threatened them to leave, or if they says that I'm gonna leave them, they have ability to shut them down and pretend like they don't care at all. But extreme independence is an illusion, right? Because humans need connection for survival. But the person who is sharing this dismissive avoidant type of attachment, they're having very few close relationship with others. Now, the fourth type of attachment is fearful avoidant. Now, in this kind of attachment bond, they have mixture of feelings and fear of being too close and too distant from their loved ones. They can be unpredictable and often overwhelmed by their own emotions. Let's say there's this girl who says that I want to, but I don't want to. She says, I want to talk to you, but I don't want to talk to you. They fear being abandoned. They feel like if I won't leave this person, that person will gonna leave me. So mostly they are having this inner conflict. They face a lot of inner conflict between wanting intimacy and resisting it. Experience many highs and lows, and there are people are having very few close relationship. Now, the next point is that before going into depth, let's see what are the basis of attachment and why do we get attached to some of the people but not all. We become attached to people and things because it serves a perceived need which we think if attained will complete us somehow. Attachment can be a byproduct of habit. Let's say I'm in habit of talking to this person for long, or I'm in habit of this thing, then I tend to get attached. That is very obvious. Second thing is that spending too much time on the thing with the person, the chances are that we will get attached. You've seen we are attached with our phone, right? We don't ready to keep it even while we sleep. We just have our mobile phone 24/7. So that is one of the thing with attachment. Attachment is what makes us want to care for others, other people, our parents, our friends, our co-workers, our partners. We tend to take good care and nurturing of people with whom we are attached to. Attachment is mandatory when it comes to binding a family together. It helps in our personal and professional life as well. Attachment inspires us to maintain the importance of our relationship with others. But sometimes, because of excessive attachment, we lost our independency. We somehow we became vulnerable to that thing. We become the slave of the other person or the thing. Attachment is something that can make us vulnerable. Some of the times we get sense that the person or the thing we get attached to or habituated to adding no values in our life. In fact, that can be harmful for our well-being. Then also we find it so tough to get rid of that thing or unhealthy attachment. It makes us feel scattered in the absence of that thing or person. Sometimes we cannot imagine our life without that person, but then this is the time when you have to let yourself be miserable for some time. If you want to get rid of that attachment, you will get to know which type of attachment bond you are sharing with the other person, what kind of person you are, whether you are in habit of talking to that person or whether you are in actual love or kind of that attachment in that person. The only important thing is that how much you love yourself and up to what extent you can go in order to protect your mental health. Just remember this: letting go of people and things sets you free, not them.